Hi everybody, welcome to Right to the Top. I'm Adam. In today's video, we're going to look at a little bit of a grammar, and I mean very little. We're looking at one particular little structure in English grammar that seems to give a lot of people a hard time. They don't really understand what's going on. Now, don't feel bad if this is confusing for you. Native English speakers make a mistake with this structure all the time, okay? Very commonly. So we're looking at a possessive adjective with a gerund, okay? Possessive, it's my, your, his, or something with apostrophe s, followed by an ing word. So look at these sentences and tell me which set is the correct one, okay? I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice, or I appreciate your seeing me on such short notice. I appreciate you taking the time, or I appreciate your taking the time to see me. So if you think these are the correct ones, keep in mind that technically they are incorrect. But native English speakers say this all the time. This whole sentence is actually something that you would say, not so much something that you would write, although you could put this in an email. People say this all the time, not correct. This is the correct structure, and in writing, you need to use the correct structure. If you use this in everyday speech, no problem. Most people won't even notice. The meaning is exactly the same. The meaning will come across. But you need to use the possessive here with the gerund, with the noun form of the ing, in order to be correct, and I'm going to explain to you why that is. So remember, you're using possessive adjectives, my, your, his, her, its, our, their, etc. That's it, or apostrophe s. Now, before we start, let's have a very quick review of ing words. There are different uses for them. They could be nouns, verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. Okay, that's very important to remember. And it's very important to recognize the function of the ing word in the sentence that you're looking at any time. A gerund, ing word, technically it's a verb, but its construction is used as a noun in a sentence. Applying to university is stressful for most people. Applying is the subject of the sentence. Applying is stressful. Applying is the action, the activity. Okay? I'm not talking, it's the activity. It's not so much the action of doing something. The full activity, the full process of doing this, right? So you have ing as a noun. You can use it as a participle, as a verb, but we'll just talk about a progressive verb or continuous verb tense. While they are applying to university, or while applying to university, okay, I'm going to say that here, most people feel stressed. So here I'm using are applying as a verb, means at the time they are applying, continuous verb. Most people feel stressed. As a participle. So here it's a verb because I included the subject and the verb and the helping verb in the sentence. If I take out they are and I leave only applying, then I have an adverb participle. While applying, at the time they are applying. And here it's a participle. Here, most people applying to university feel stressed. Most people who apply to university. Who apply, squeezed into a participle, so adjective clause, squeezed into an adjective participle, applying. Applying, 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 applying. Noun, verb, adverb, adjective. So it's very important to recognize the function of the word in the sentence. What we're doing is we're looking at the gerund only. When you're using the gerund, you can add a possessive adjective to it when the gerund is working as the object to the main verb. So look at these two sentences. I love you singing. I love your singing. Both sentences technically correct. Meanings, the two meanings are very different in these two sentences. Subject, I. Verb, love. I love. Same subject, same verb. So you're going to need a complement because love is technically it's copula verb. There's no action, but you need a complement to it. I love what? You, or who? You. When do I love you? When you are singing. I love, not you, I love the singing. So you're singing. So singing is the complement or the object, if you want to think of it that way, to love. Here, you is the complement or object to love. Not really object, I'm just making it a little bit clear here. So that's the difference here. I love you when you are singing. I love the singing that you do. So if you're, depends what's following the verb, what you want to be the object or the complement to the verb. Okay, let's look at some more examples. I miss my mother's cooking, and I miss my mother's cooking for me every day. Again, two very different meanings. Here, both are gerunds, because both are working as objects to miss. Now, my mother's cooking. Here, cooking means her food, basically. I miss her food. I miss the way she makes her food. Here, I miss the activity, the action that she did for me. So I miss the cooking. I don't miss my mother. I miss the cooking, which is why I'm using my mother's in an apostrophe S. And here, I miss her food. So again, even two gerunds can be a little bit confusing. Make sure you understand what's going on. If you want to write a sentence and you're not sure if you're going to use the possessive correctly, write the sentence differently. My mother used to cook for me every day. I'm talking about changing this sentence. She used to cook for me every day. I miss that. I miss that fact that she cooked for me every day. That action, that activity. Okay? The man singing is beautiful. The man's singing is beautiful. Again, very different, similar to the I love you. Sorry, not the I love you. The I love singing and I love your singing. I love you singing. The man singing is beautiful. The man singing is beautiful. In each sentence, what is beautiful? In this sentence, the man is beautiful. Which man? The man who is singing. In this sentence, the singing is beautiful. Who's doing the singing? The man. Right? So that's basically the only difference between the possessive and the non-possessive. What is the function of the ing word? Okay. Here, adjective, here, gerund. Now, a few things that I want to just show you, if you're ever confused, how to just simply change the sentence. His being here, or how to understand the sentence. His being here is the best present I could receive. His being here. What's the subject? The being is the subject, the gerund. He is here, which is the best present that I could receive, if you want to look at it a different way. Many investors view the company's reneging on its commitments as a sign of its imminent failure. The company's reneging. Reneging means like a walk back on or go against promises you made in this case on commitments. Many investors think that because the company is reneging on its commitments, it is facing imminent failure. Two sentences, same meaning, but if you can use the possessive with a gerund in your writing, in your IELTS and TOEFL writing, that will be considered a complex structure, and you'll get a little bit bonus points for that. And if you want more complexity, there's a link up here to help you with that. The judge's questioning of the defendant raised some eyebrows. Raised eyebrows, this is an idiom. It means cause a little bit of confusion or suspicion, because judges don't question defendants. Only the lawyers do the questioning. So the judge's decision to question the defendant raised some eyebrows. Just change it. What the judge's questioning, what the possessive also does is it allows you or gives you a tool to shorten sentences. That's another reason we use it a lot. Some exceptions, whenever you're using that or this, you don't put a possessive. They are already their own pronouns, demonstrative pronouns. The government would never allow that, whatever that thing that was mentioned before, taking root here. But if you're not sure, again, you don't say that's taking root. You say the government would never allow that situation to take root here. Just turn it into an infinitive, much easier to understand, no chance of making a mistake. Okay? So that's it. Very quick, very simple. I hope. I hope you understood it a little bit clearly now. Possessive and gerund, very useful. A little bit of complexity, a little bit of shortening words to make tighter sentences, and impress the reader, okay? If you have any questions about this video, don't hesitate to ask at YouTube comment section. Give me a like if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, come back next week for vocab, grammar, writing tips, and more. See you then. Bye-bye.